So it's technically like 2:30 on Thursday morning. And I just finished. I'm not quite done yet, but I'm cleaning. But I'm taking a break because something really poignant came up on my Red Note feed. I want to talk about it. So recently, the guy that I was supposed to go out with on Valentine's Day, his name was the same as my ex-husband's. He's the same sign as my ex-husband. And immediately I was like, maybe that's not a good idea. I immediately thought, maybe that's not a good idea. But I don't know, I was still like, I'm going to give it a chance because I can't judge this guy for something that my ex-husband did or didn't do, or, you know, the fact that it didn't work out based on the signs. Like, I can't make that kind of judgment on this new person based on the past, right? And the next guy that I talked to, we agreed to go out on a date next time he's in the state, but he was passing through Maryland on his way back to Indiana. And we exchanged numbers, but like we haven't really talked much. It's been like oh, hey, how's Indiana? Oh, hey, how's Maryland? You know, kind of situation. Nothing really of substance. But we were supposed to go out once he came back to the state. And his name was the same as that last King of Wands, you know, the one that I went back and forth with about meeting up or not meeting up, but that guy was married, this guy's not. And, you know, same eye color, same, like, facial structure, you know, he's very handsome. This one's a little bit older. But, you know, I don't care about that. The thing was, I'm seeing all of these people that either have the same name or the same sign or physical characteristics of somebody else from my past, right? And I saw on Red Note, this video came up, and somebody was talking about how, like, when they see people that, like, trade out their old partner for somebody that's just like the version of them that they were 5 years ago. Like, it's a younger model, you know, like doing all the same things that your partner was 5 years ago, blah, blah, blah. You know, maybe they're younger and more attractive, but you don't do that with, like, a pet, like a dog. You don't look at your 13-year-old dog whose back is starting to hurt and they're slowing down a little bit just like you, and you don't look at that dog and say, like, damn, I need a puppy. You fall more and more in love with that dog every day because you've been through everything with that dog. And that's how it's supposed to be with your partners. And I thought about why I left my ex. And there's a million reasons why I did it. He didn't want to stop abusing substances. He didn't want me to stop abusing substances. He made it very, very difficult for me to make changes in my life. It was constant resistance to growth. And I don't regret leaving. But I am being confronted with the concept, the idea here, that maybe there was more to it than just that. Let's look at the code. Let's look at the ones and zeros here. I have to at least put myself in the mind, temporarily, of did I leave because I wasn't attracted to him anymore? It's part of it. And it's not that he's unattractive, but it didn't matter how in shape and good I felt about myself. And it didn't matter that he still looked, you know, exactly almost the same as he did when we got together. Not much changed for him physically, you know, like there was little stuff. But the physical aspect isn't why I wasn't attracted to him anymore. I think it was all emotional. I think the reason why I didn't want to sleep with him was because of how I felt about it, about him, about myself afterwards. So I avoided physical intimacy because of how it made me feel with him. And I think for a long time I thought that finding somebody with the eye color that I actually wanted in a partner, finding somebody who was more willing to work on themselves, more willing to dedicate time to, their workouts and change, and just focus on general care, or even their ambitions, because he didn't want to make dreams for himself. He might have made dreams for himself, but they were short term. They were not something that he ever thought he would actually achieve. So finding somebody that had big dreams and would literally make them happen for themselves, that was very attractive to me. It may have presented as somebody that was younger and better looking, but those weren't the qualities that really drew me in. That light show, the aurora, that's not what made me want to leave my ex. Because that's what happened. I fell for somebody else. I fell for my twin flame. I recognized and understood the emotions I was having, and I left. As soon as I was sure about what I wanted to do, I broke up with my ex the same day. I didn't waste any time. I didn't drag it out. But I have to look at that situation, and I have to understand that in this analogy, at least on paper, it looks like I gave up on the 13-year-old dog and went for a puppy. And sometimes I think you have to accept that maybe that's not the right situation for you. Let's keep on going with the dog examples, because I had a dog who was like 11 years old with a lot of behavioral issues that I couldn't fix, no matter how hard I tried, for a long time. And I had to come to the realization that no matter how much I loved him, I wasn't the right home for him. And that breaks my heart even now. And I feel the same way about my ex-husband. I loved him. We went through everything together. Codependently so. But I wasn't right for him just as much as he wasn't right for me. And I'm sorry if I made him feel replaced, or like I was trying to trade up or something like that. Like I said, there was a million reasons why. But I think there's something in the lessons here right now about that. We're seeing the repetition of names because they're still relevant. There's a lesson to learn, a puzzle piece to find.